So just finishing up the plywood cutting on this Francois Vivier Jewel. There's the palette. Removing the last part and looking at the dust. Something interesting I think you would enjoy seeing. So a lot of people think CNC cutting is dusty business. Well, it depends on what you're cutting, but with a really nice plywood like this Okume, you don't get dust. And here's my point. If you look carefully here, you actually get chips. So these are little tiny chips, and I guess the camera's picking it up. There's really no dust. This doesn't get airborne. I have a mask because I sweep it and then I vacuum it. But what's interesting is that these bits create little chips, and so there's something called chip load, and as these bits spin, it's cutting into the material and taking away a little shaving with every pass of the flute. So zoom in a little bit more here. As this bit is coming along, that edge, that cutting edge there, is removing a little peel of the wood. And then the wood, that little peel falls off, and then there's a split second where there's nothing created, and then this next flute comes along and takes away a little peel, and so we're seeing the little peels or chips of the wood that are getting cut away from the cutting edge and getting left behind in the kerf. And so you're actually seeing, and actually some of these bits, like this is called a compression bit, really packs the chips in there, because actually what these bits do is this part, notice that the flute direction changes. So this part is up cutting and this is down cutting. In other words, when this bit comes across, it's pulling up on the wood fibers at the bottom of the cut, and at the top of the cut, where these flutes are reverse direction, it's actually shearing downward. And so you get a really clean cut at the top and at the bottom of the wood. So you can see how clean that edge looks there. A really clean edge, top and bottom to the cut surface. And that's a compression bit. And these chips are produced, and the way they rate these bits is chip load, and chip load determines how fast and how much spinning action there is.